Hello, welcome to One's the Force, the Star Wars podcast. My name is Phil, of course. I'm joined, as usual, by Dave and George. Good evening, gentlemen.
Hello there.
Good evening.
But yes, we've got a small show this evening. We might as well start off with our own big bit of news, which, Dave, seeing as it's displayed quite proudly, you might as well have the lead on this one.
Yeah, so, last week, I believe was it Sunday night?
Something like that, yeah.
Got a message from George saying there was new things that we could look at doing, and so we've looked at some options of what we can do to maybe broaden our horizons. And broaden our horizons we have done. We now have merchandise. If those who aren't watching on the video, obviously it's terrible because all you can hear is me saying that. I am sitting quite proudly in our new full name Ones of the Force Star Wars podcast shirt. Behind me is a really illegal shirt, a Star Wars Ones of the Force shirt in the style of The Last Skywalker. Yeah, it could be very limited. George, you want to talk about more about the store that we've all set up?
Yeah, so we now have a TeePublic store for anybody that doesn't know what that is. It's a website where you can create accounts, you can make your own merch, create your own designs, they go up. Obviously, you can find very many things on there. They're not done via Lucasfilm. These aren't official merchandise tops. You can get some better things on those websites than you can get actually at Lucasfilm events, though. I've got a really cool Godzilla top I've worn for a couple of years, which Gareth Edwards complimented me on, which I was really proud of. But no, it's a website that lets you sell stuff. We've got everything on there. We've uploaded some of our old logos. They can be bought as T-shirts, as stickers, laptop cases, mugs. The kind of things George Lucas would be like, go and buy these. You just press a button and it automatically says, oh, this will fit into this. Tick, tick. So yeah, we have a store. Going back to what Dave said, we have some ideas for things coming up. We are very much, personally in my mind, in the biggest year that Star Wars may ever have. I didn't think it'd get any bigger than 2015. Or hearing about 1999. However, this year you got Star Wars 9, Clone Wars, Mandalorian, Jedi Fallen Order, Resistance Series 2.
It is good. It is good.
I haven't seen it yet, so I can't be that guy. But when you list them, Oh, and Galaxy's Edge for when we get.
Oh, that yes.
Yeah, that big thing. So basically, this is going to be the biggest of Star Wars. We love doing this channel, and we want to do some more things. So we are working on bringing out some new stuff. We did a top 10 Lego set, a list video a couple of weeks ago, which was good fun. And we're basically looking at bringing out some more content. We feel that the main thing we've been working with social media, which I think we've all done a lot better with, thanks to Dave. The t-shirt stuff's been cool, so we can rep it at events and whatnot. And now it's ideas of future, but I'm not going to sit here and list them all 1 to 10. This is everything I've recommended because, you might have 100 great ideas and 300 bad ideas. So we're just saying that this is going to be a big year and expect some more things from us with it being a big year. And because we are all looking forward to it, and my availability is somewhat changing into some parts of the week socially a better availability than it was 6 months ago. And obviously then he's doing the research when you're talking Star Wars because we just see it every day. But yeah, so that's me over talking about our merch. Go on tpublic.com. We don't actually have our own specific Earl or anything like that. You search our usernames and convey things. So the best thing is just go on our Facebook or Twitter. We've got pinned posts. We can change them up. We've got t-shirt ideas.
We'll put a link down below as well.
And we'll put the link in the description as well. So have a look on there for us. If you're interested, I'm not going to sit here and be spend some money. We're not that kind of podcast. But as Dave is developing, he has a very, very limited edition top on in the background. Because
I've actually got a more limited edition sticker because I bought a sticker when I bought my t-shirt.
Oh, no, the sticker's still fine. The t-shirts. Disney's you can have the stickers with the stars in it, but you can't have the plain black t-shirt.
George, you want to tell them why this t-shirt is so limited that's sitting behind me, which is
because Disney pulled a copyright strike. Even though they called it a copyright strike because of Rise of Skywalker, not the giant word Star Wars. And the t-shirt itself actually says Ones of the Force. And it's our new badge artwork, Facebook, Twitter logos. For anyone that's seen it at Podbean, that's the new logos we've got going around. I expect us to carry the logo out until the end of the year. We do like to theme our logos for each film that comes out. So yeah, check it out and see what you think. If you want a pillow, if you want to be one sleeping with the Force, that's fine.
Absolutely.
But, there's a lot on there. I mean, not even just our stuff. Honestly, just search it. There's some really cool people that have t-shirts on there, and they're the best thing. Is if you go to conventions and stuff, get photo opportunities, you ain't going to get a few better things than that.
So yes, go have a look. Check out the merchandise. As I say, if you're looking at this, obviously it is. I think it's probably backwards from the way this camera films me, but that's fine.
No, it's perfectly fine.
I was looking at it. It's just from what I can see, obviously. But no. So this is the ones with the Force. Obviously with the full title in. That's back there. If you can see it, obviously on the audio version, not getting that is the Skywalker t-shirt, not the Skywalker t-shirt, our logo blue t-shirt. But yeah, so that's the one that might not be around very often. We'll try and keep it up, but if Disney keeps striking us, we probably will have to take it down. But yeah, so it's really nice that we've now got a store, even if no one else buys from it, it's just me and Phil and George. I don't care. I want merchandise with my own podcast on, and now I have it, and I'm very excited by it.
Indeed, yeah, we would love you guys to buy it. We'd love you guys to get involved. If not, we'll buy it because we want it. That's the main takeaway. That we'll have it. We want it. Moving swiftly on. Unfortunately, I've been away past 2 weeks with a lot of personal issues, so I'm not able to keep track of a lot of things. We're going to talk about Galaxy's Edge now. I haven't seen any of the releases. I've barely been able to tip my toe on it. You guys know a lot more about it, so I'm going to let you guys kind of ramble on about the massive wallet punch that is Galaxy's Edge.
So, first of all, I'm going to say I've been busting myself as a Star Wars fan for 5 years, and Disney did not give us free invitations to Star Wars Land.
Disney!
I refuse to talk about Star Wars ever again. I'm joking. No, if anyone that's bored, go search Christian Harloff, Galaxy's Edge. We didn't get invited to Star Wars Land. We don't really care. I almost swore then, because we all want to go one day. We're all Star Wars fans. It looks amazing. It looks incredible, and it's now open to the public. This has been, without doubt, one of the biggest things since Disney took over. This has probably been one of their biggest things they wanted to do after a sequel trilogy. It's open. It's really hard to talk about because, we haven't been there. And I kind of sent a message to you guys earlier, like, I'm trying to see as much as I can online by seeing as little as I can online because I don't want to have anything spoiled. I know what you're thinking. How can you have spoilers at a theme park? Well, canonically, it's set between episodes 8 and 9.
Yeah, they have come out and said that this is set literally just after The Last Jedi. So when you get there, now you are in that part, that time in this timeline. When the next movie comes out, The Last Skywalker is The Last Skywalker. I will not get this title of this movie right. The Rise of Skywalker comes out. Things will change. Stories around the park will change in line with what happened in the movie, which I think is absolute. I think that's awesome that that's going to continue on with the actual canon.
It sounds amazing. Everything I'm seeing is incredible, but some of the stuff I've been reading, if you haven't seen anything online, it's a part of Disneyland that's now all Star Wars, to the point where you feel like you're in your own theme park. The design of the theme park is it's such high spirals. The design looks like Geonosis. It's not. It's called Batu, but the design structure means if you're in there, you don't see any of the part designed in the background. You are solely in the Star Wars land, and there's nothing that's going to break your line of sight, which is incredible. I don't really do theme parks. I'm not like a theme park reviewer. I haven't been to like Disneyland Paris for about 11 years. Haven't even been to any American theme parks. Done Alton Towers and Thorpe Park, which is like the UK's only ones. But everything I'm reading about this is incredible. Build your own lightsaber. Build your own droid. Spend 25 grand on a R2-D2. Disgusting. There's the Millennium Falcon ride. They haven't even opened the Resistance ride. It doesn't even open till like September, I think they've said. They wanted to open it early for demand. Build your own lightsaber. All this stuff. There's videos everywhere. If you want to explore and look at everything, you can.
Oh my word! Yeah, it's I've done that literally, and you can step onto YouTube for a few seconds and type in Galaxy's Edge, walk around, and then you can probably fall down the rabbit hole for about a good 2 to 3 hours watching everything there is to do in that park.
It's everything I've seen is incredible. I'm trying to shy away from it because I do really want to go. I'm hoping to make it next year. If I can, it's going to be a very tight possibility. Depends if Disney want to announce when Star Wars Celebration will be. I'm definitely going to rule out April now. We're in June. It's going to be, there's a reason why it looks incredible. Everything I've heard about is incredible. The Disney cast members, every single one of them has their own backstory for the character they're playing. every single one of them has interaction. I've seen some really good videos with Kylo Ren. He's interacting with like Padawans and like younger Star Wars fans. And apparently he keeps saying there's this like meme that's gone around where he says, "Oh, join the First Order." If they say no, apparently he doesn't even do anything. He just goes, "Maybe next time." It's become like a bit of a meme. Like they've been getting like Last Jedi quotes, and it's been putting on "maybe next time" at the bottom of them, like Kylo
Nice.
Ren. But it looks incredible. But like I said, the number of people saying so, I want to tell as much as I can, but I know actually so little. I know a lot about prices. I know a lot about merchandise they're selling. I've seen some of the things they're selling. There are things on sale there which haven't been made into Star Wars merchandise before. And I feel as if this theme park, this is a praise and a criticism of it, I guess. This is selling the things you haven't seen before. You want you want to set us back? Go ahead. Going for $50 on eBay now because people are now starting to sell the stuff ready. You want your own lightsaber? We know. Small droid, you know. Big droid, you can find it, but you have to build your own. 25 grand, I didn't think so. You want Darth Vader's castle on Mustafar for $200? Go ahead. You want half of the the Holocron game, the chess game?
Yep.
4 of them are $130. The other 4 in the other box, $130. $260 for which looks beautiful. Basically, if you had like money, and I'm talking like shake money here, I would buy literally one of everything if I could. Like everything I've seen is I want everything I've seen. And the thing is, they're not encouraging people to spend either. It's not, okay, you probably will end up buying a lightsaber, but it's not of you have to buy a lightsaber to take part in this land. It's you can do whatever you want. They've integrated a system for the queues for the Falcon. I don't know if anybody heard, but when Avatar Land opened, I mean, who the hell cares about Avatar anyway? People were queuing like 8 hours to get in, and obviously they've introduced the wristband system for the first 3 months, and they've created an app system for the cantina, so you'll get text to say when your turn is to go to the cantina. You make an online reservation. If you're in the queue for the Falcon, the ride has been designed and articulated in such a way that no one had to wait longer than 1 hour, which I believe to be incredible.
For Disney, for this theme park opening this weekend, to get people onto that ride within that time frame is nothing close to magic.
Yeah, but they've had enough time over the years to work out what they need to do to make something successful. This is kind of their bread and butter.
Exactly. And I think what they said is they looked at the failure of Avatar Land's opening, but we cannot make this mistake. I think that's why they've done the 4-hour slots. They've already said post June 23rd there will be no 4-hour slots. You can go in the morning to end. If I get to have a go, I'm going in that canteen for breakfast, and I'm going to be there till dinner. It's meant to be credible. Apparently, you can have as much joy out of just talking to people that work there. Like they have to know their backstory. I mean, I'm not a design expert. I know that people audition to work there, to be like cast members, they call them, and they play like the princesses or whatnot. But they have to know their backstory. They are usually trained actors. So the fact that imagine your like job is you end up getting to permanently be your own Star Wars character. Every single one of them is tied up in some way. I think it's remarkable. And obviously, it's tying into a lot of the content. Solo, there's a name drop to Black Spire Outpost. I believe in one of the books that came out, there's Thorn Alliances. A lot happens there. Yeah. There's a lot of things happening across canon. So I'm wondering if we could maybe get like a tidbit in episode 9, maybe, or in something. But I don't think Disney have milked the advertising at all. I think seeing the general public's reaction, we haven't even talked about the opening, the way it opened. Like everyone on Facebook, people I know that don't even know anything about Star Wars, they're all there like, we will need to go.
Yes, the reaction from the public's been it's been positive. It's been left, right, and centre. Everyone's been praising it, and also it's saying that and less than an hour to get in has just been, I think, as I said, been nothing short of a miracle. They have, for once, I will give Disney props by saying they have not oversaturated the marketing. I agree with you on that one.
I think the only time really you saw a lot of the thing was obviously at Celebration, but why wouldn't they push it at Celebration? It was Star Wars Convention, and there was a lot of that on certainly on the website when you're watching the YouTube videos of that. But you know what? Now it's kind of opened, and you see the joy and the positivity that's coming out of this park. It's bring it on, just bring it on.
Unless you're from Collider and you didn't get invited. Again, please, people, I encourage you to search the video. It's sad, but absolutely incredible at the exact same time. Definitely worth 6 minutes of your time.
It really is. First world problems and all that.
Exactly. You know, you've only imagine being invited to like the Star Wars like world premiere of every film the last 3 years. Get your own planet named after you in canon in a book. Get like exclusive news bits all the time, and you get upset because they don't give you a press invite after slagging off Disney and Kathleen Kennedy for 3 years. But the same company actually has 2 other journalists already going.
And that's another part of the whole video. Just as I say, George said, just go watch it. It's beyond crazy how some people feel they deserve.
First piece of Star Wars content to unite the fan base. 1983.
Brilliant. It really is. Excellent.
But is that everything? Galaxy's Edge, like I said, we haven't been there, guys. Like, we can't sit here and say, "Oh, it was incredible." One day we will all be there.
Yeah. We will, and I think that's just the main thing to do. If you want to see everything that's there, it's all available now. Everyone's kind of been through a GoPros. You can follow the rides. You can see exactly what's there. Or you can stay as spoiler-free as you want.
The only thing I've watched is the make your own lightsaber thing, just because
I've kept away from that as well.
It's just.
It's going to be glorious. I've just seen people on Twitter, like, they've just tweeted a picture of what they bought, and they're like, it's about $800. And I'm there, I'm thinking in my head, like, when can I afford to? Because that's the thing you want to do is go and not have enough money.
Yeah. Oh, you'd have to have spending money to go. You couldn't just turn up and go. Yeah. I mean, yes, you could probably, as an average person who just wants to see the park, go without having much money. But if you're as into this as we are, you're going to need a wedge of cash in your back pocket or a bank balance ready to take debit card transactions.
But I think someone said you can buy a gift card there, but it's designed as galactic credits. Would you just buy a gift card to then just say you've got credits? Like, I don't know anymore.
I've got £100 of the credits. I'm not spending them.
You talk to any public. The Republic credits don't work here.
That's what I did think. I was like, is anyone going to try that at any of the shops? Like, they should be surprised if it genuinely did work. You get like a really new employee, and they believe you. But no, that is everything. I think Galaxy's Edge, guys. We're all excited. It's a good time to be a Star Wars fan. And of other upcoming news, Bob Iger. So, guys, one thing to say for this show. It's been very quiet recently. Some of the news is actually before 2 weeks ago. We've just gone and covered everything because we're back on like a normal schedule now. So some of this stuff may have been 3 weeks ago we didn't talk about. It's fine. We had a very big. A very big video for the Vanity Fair and the Dan and Dave trilogy. But no, the big one now is Bob Iger confirmed there is a 3rd Disney Plus series in development.
Bring it all on. I mean, we've already had 2 that are coming. We've got the Clone Wars, we've got the Mandalorian, which the more and more I see of the clips that came out of Celebration, the more excited I get for this show. To name there's a 3rd coming along, of course there'll be a 3rd going along. They've got the Star Wars license, they're going to try and print all the money they can. And it will happen, because if they keep up the quality that I'm expecting in getting in people like Favreau and Filoni to run these things, the more the better for me.
And it'll be interesting to see if it's another live action or if it's a animated. I think might be animated purely because we'll have Cassian and Mandalorian live action. Clone Wars will be one and done. Resistance will be there. But who knows how long that's going to last. So I do reckon if you've got 2 live action, they need to balance it out with an animated show.
I think it's going to be live action. I think animated is... Because they're going forwards with Resistance, I think Clone Wars is like, here's a present to everyone. Here's the ending of Clone Wars that you want. Now, Resistance is our new thing for a couple of years. And I think with a 3rd series in development, I think it has to be live action. I think there's so much potential with anything they want to do. Is it post-sequel trilogy between 3 and 4, before episode 1? Is it something about character's journey? I don't know. We don't know. I mean, who would have thought of all the possibilities ever for a Star Wars TV show? The second thing we would have got would have been a Cassian Andor TV series.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And being run by the guy that did The Americans, which is one of the highest regarded dramas last few years. I'm excited to see what it is. I wonder if we could get an announcement at D23 maybe. I don't know if that'd be too soon, but we may have a video coming up about what we would like it to be.
We certainly will have something coming out, I think, shortly. We're going to, as George mentioned earlier, we're going to try and get a bit more content out. That's not just the regular episodes. And we are going to be looking at discussing Disney Plus as probably the shows as our next standalone video. But yeah, I can't wait to see what it is. If it's animated, bring it on. If it's not, bring that on too. I'm just so excited to see where they go next.
Indeed, I must admit, I'm kind of hoping it's not from the current timeline in terms of the episodic timeline. I'm hoping it's something to do with what we're going to talk about next, which is to do with the D.B. Weiss and David Benioff series, which we'll now talk about now has been rumored to be the Knights of the Old Republic era, which if it is, I'd be more than happy to see that. I mean, this is a part of Legends that a lot of fans love. It's got a lot of love in Galaxy of Heroes of last year. It's got a lot of love around fandom in general, in the Knights of the Republic games, the Old Republic online MMORPG. Again, massive success. It would make sense if that's what they do.
It's interesting because I don't know Old Republic well enough. I know its reputation amongst the fans. I know that when this was announced, the entire world was buzzing. I mean, Dan and Dave's going to be doing Star Wars. Given what happened with the season of Game of Thrones, it's been a lot of murmuring, a lot of worried whispers. I am intrigued. I mean, it's rumored this is in development. It's rumored someone's writing a script, but then this someone's not the person where the statement says Dan and Dave are going to be writing their own film. So I don't know, but then obviously Kathleen Kennedy says it's Star Wars Celebration. It's a project we've looked into doing before. So I feel as if I don't think there's smoke without fire. I think this is definitely something that Disney will be looking into. Whether it's next, I don't know. I hope it's next. It's something where, as far as I'm concerned, without re-debating Game of Thrones like the last episode, I feel as an adaptation, that'd be great. Being able to add their own original stuff onto it, I think that'd also be fine. But the problem is Legend has some very, very passionate, I don't know if that's the right word, about the fans.
Let's go with passionate and leave it at that.
Yeah, because we're all going to they're going to find our addresses and come for us in the night.
Not just Davey in my shirt.
All I want to do is just see Keanu Reeves playing Darth Revan, and I don't care what the film is. Keanu Reeves, please play Darth Revan, or just get Keanu Reeves in Star Wars, whether he's John Wick. I don't care. Keanu Reeves in Star Wars, film, please. But I think this could be true. I feel it's something where if they've got Rian Johnson doing his trilogy, and if they're going to have these guys doing something else, I cannot imagine that one of the two is not the Old Republic. Because that is the era to explore post Skywalker saga.
It's the only way I think they can feasibly go way back and as far away as possible, like you said, from the Skywalker story. If you want to you don't want to just branch off a little bit and still be just outside the realm of it. You want to get massively away. And I mean, Knights of the Old Republic is, 2,000 years before this story that we're in? Yeah, so, and all you want is going to get is masses of Jedi and Sith fighting each other. It's going to look incredible, and it can't come quick enough. I'd really, really enjoy it. I'd like to see...
The only thing that's going to happen, though, is, as you're saying, the fans being passionate about that era is the amount of hate it could get if it goes wrong.
Exactly. If any little change is made, oh my God, what have they done?
Are they all American?
To be fair, I didn't even know what voice I'm trying to do that. But you know what I mean. Like you get those. It's like half the people it's like without getting to talk about sports, but Liverpool have won the Champions League, and they keep saying 6 times, and that half the Liverpool fans have been to Anfield 6 times. And I'm kind of the people saying Old Republic, Old Republic, Old Republic. You actually played the Old Republic? If you have, fine, don't care. The people are going to mouth off at the Old Republic because they saw the beautiful cinematic short films they did before their PC game came out. Then that's another thing. But any form.
Yeah, I played Knights of the Republic, Knights of the Republic 2. I played the Old Republic online game. I have delved quite into the Old Republic Legends timeline. So, yeah, if it goes wrong, I'll be able to go, okay, they should have done this differently. But I'm not going to hate on it because I reckon it's got such a wide spectrum to actually investigate and look into, and stories to tell, that they could create their own timeline within it without screwing it up. I reckon it'd be fantastic if they look into it. It's got so much there's so many stories there, so that you can leave the Skywalker saga alone as its standalone series and have the Old Republic and still have the universe knitted together.
I feel it could be like Thrawn, where they took this Legends character, in this case an era, and said, well, he can't fit into where he did. Obviously, a bit different. This is an era that can fit exactly where it was. But if they want to change any tweak, little minor things, they could be like, well, listen, that was Legends, but we're still inspired by it. We're still going to use it. We're still going to pay respect to it. We're just going to do it in a slightly different way. That's the kind of thing where I'd be fine with, but I think some people wouldn't sit well with that. The people that don't like this Thrawn on Rebels, the people that haven't watched Rebels, the people that are massive fans of the Thrawn trilogy. I'm excited for it, but I think there's going to be, purely because of what happened with Game of Thrones, I think there's going to be some concern. But I'm sure I trust those guys.
You say that though, I think there'll be enough. If this is how it goes, there'll be enough of a gap time-wise between the ending of season 8 of Game of Thrones and when the first film comes out that people have forgotten.
Oh yeah, because if then the Game of Thrones prequels bomb, they'll be like, bring back Dan and Dave. It's not like Game of Thrones. Force Awakens isn't enough. Force Awakens is too much like the old films. Star Wars is too distant from the old films. Give us what we want.
Do you know what you want? No.
Exactly that. We don't want to. We wanted a theme party, but not in the new trilogy. Here we go. Where's the Old Republic theme park? Right. Anyway, I'm dawdling again. But no, not that is the big. I think it's going to be Knights of the Republic. It makes sense for it to be Knights of the Republic.
Definitely.
Now, moving on, we have Matt Smith, who has been rumored on and off to be in Rise of Skywalker. Disney UK have removed him from the cast list. Now, this is news, apparently.
Well, it came out that he was in the movie, and I believe it's in one of the actual releases on StarWars.com as well, listed him in the cast when they did their last sort of cast announcement. It was quickly removed from StarWars.com. From now to be seems to have been officially removed altogether from the cast list. Seems to be because he was interviewed and someone was asking him about it, and he had said, look, I'm not in the movie. So whether he was supposed to be, and either his part got cut, or they saw Terminator Genesis and just decided against it.
I have such weird feelings for this, because the problem with Matt Smith is that it's too big a name. It has to, I think this is like a secret cameo that's gone completely wrong. That was kind of like, we don't want to tell everyone Matt Smith's in the film.
You look like Daniel Craig and
yeah, exactly. I think it's a bit like Dominic Monaghan as well. Like Dominic Monaghan's in the film, we know that. I don't think he's going to have. He's not on the official list. I think someone's accidentally put him on the official list, whereas we've made a terrible mistake and they've took him back out, because some Disney countries had him, some didn't, so they kept switching. I reckon he's a Knight of Ren. I'm just convinced that the Knights of Ren, whether some get unmasked, whether some don't, I feel that he'd be one of them. And it'd be a pretty neat way to have him in Star Wars without him being massively in it. Coverable face, big unveil at the end. I don't know. I'm not speculating. I don't know that's my speculation, but I think he's in this film.
Yeah.
It's like the whole Khan thing with Star Trek 2. It's like, are you playing Khan, Benedict? No, I'm this guy no one's heard of, but I look a lot like Khan, don't I? Are you sure you're not Khan? No, I'm not Khan. It got leaked on. I'm definitely not Khan. It just reminds me of that. Like every week, like there's a new Matt Smith thing on the news. It's like, I'm not in Star Wars. Like, yeah, of course you're not in Star Wars, mate. You're not. You're telling people you're not, because if you did, Disney would chop your hands off.
And you didn't even make a T-shirt. So yeah, it is a strange move, and I think it'll be awesome. I think the Knights of Ren are a really good way to get probably people who want to be in Star Wars, who you're right would stand out a mile as a person who just came in like, oh, that's Matt Smith, that's the Doctor Who walking around. And I think that might take something from the scene they're in when they're so well known for one particular character. But yeah, it's.
Oh, sorry. I was like, have you guys heard of Rizzle Kicks? This like band that were a thing like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
One of them was in Rogue One.
Yeah, he's on the cruiser with all the rebels. And
that massively took me out of the film. I was like, why is one of the Rizzle Kicks people in Rogue One? Because it was like an extras role. It wasn't like an acting. Like it looks like he's
luckily for me, bit of my taste. I did not know that.
but that's the thing. I remember watching it like with one of my siblings, and my sister was like, "Oh, there's Rizzle Kicks." I was like, "I know." Where's he in Star Wars? I was like, that's how I feel with like Matt Smith. Like, even if it's a minor role of that, maybe 5 minutes of screen time, you're gonna be. It's the Doctor. What's the Doctor doing? Terminator Genesis. He was in it for 10 seconds. What's the Doctor doing in Terminator Genesis for? Yeah.
Why am I watching
Terminator? The time traveling movie. It makes sense.
Why am I watching Terminator Genesis? That's the answer.
But like, do you see what I mean? I love this whole Matt Smith guessing game. I really hope he's in the film. I really hope that like right at the end, it'll be the Daniel Craig cameo is one of my favorite things about Force Awakens, because I remember watching it, listening. I was like, sounds an awful lot like Daniel Craig. I remember just listening. I was like, it is Daniel Craig. Then it was on the news the next day. I was like, If I would have said Daniel Craig's in Force Awakens, everyone would have been like, where's Daniel Craig? Where's Daniel Craig? Like the Tom Hardy one. We knew Tom Hardy had a cameo in it, and it was Prince William, Prince Harry. Cameos were cut. We spent the film looking, where are they in Last Jedi? They weren't there because they got cut.
Because the scene was awful.
Yeah, it's a terrible scene.
It is. If you're going to get Tom Hardy, you don't waste it on a terrible scene like that.
And it was god awful. Next bit we got is the Scott and Michael now for 2019's season. Again, I'll let you, George, you talk about this because you've actually been there, so you know what this is kind of how this works.
Yeah, so Skellig Michael, it's not just a Star Wars set, it's a very famous like monk tapestry from thousands of years ago. It's I don't know if about buildings, but I know that some like building sites, places are graded, they can only be open certain times of the year. They have to like maintain the wildlife, they have to like take care of the island. The kind of too many things like traveling on it, they don't want to damage it. So it's very much open in a specific season. And it's usually summer. So Skellig has now opened, I think, about 2 weeks ago. And that's going to be running daily trips if the weather can get you there, if it's safe to board and land. Trips up until the 30th of September. So anyone that's planning on going or hasn't really booked anything to go, your time is now for this year. And what they've said in a statement was that the visitors has increased 3,000 years across a 2-year period. Now that sounds like nothing to like normal attendance things, but for a tiny, tiny, tiny island that can only be open for like 3 months at a time, that can have a limited amount of people on, a 3,000 increase, and I'm guessing there's not reservation list, but I'm guessing that we can only have 3,000 more people come on, is very interesting. I thoroughly recommend the journey for anybody that wants to try it. There's no guarantee. I spent the week before almost like heartbroken, like keep saying it's going to rain. I don't want to travel all that time and be like, it's going to rain, I'm not going to go on. I was very fortunate I got to go on. It started raining after, literally as the boat was going back to shore, which was cool, terrifying at the same time. But it's an island where they've said the same, like they had to like clean the steps, do maintenance. People do live in there for a couple of months. There's like a hut where like, a couple of people live. That's why there's phone signal on the island. For like walking, I'm guessing to contact places to see if it's safe to tour or not. That's to improve some of the living standards of the people that are going to be out there for a couple of months. That's to basically make sure it's safe for people to walk up the steps. All of them had to be like maintained. I think like not like spraying and stuff, but making sure like nothing's been growing that can damage the stones as well. It's bizarre reading about it, but it's a very special place, and I still think it's insane that Lucasfilm were allowed to film there. Honestly, like fair play. I know that obviously some scenes were shot in the studio, but the majority of them were shot on the island. It's unbelievable how they even managed to get an R2-D2 up those stairs. It's insane. I know there's a helipad, but that's at the bottom of the 500, not the top.
Yeah.
And they flew the bloody giant, I don't know the name of the species, Mark Hamill's green milk thing. And they
the puppet. Yeah, that was the actual prop helicoptered in.
But no, it's open for the season. If anyone wants to go, it's worth a punt. Very very nice place to visit. That's all I can say on that.
And next we move on to news from Tops. Well, kind of news from Tops. This is the autographed banners and nameplates from Celebration. They are now on sale. They were auction pieces. They are now on sale. George?
Yeah, so you go to convention, there's like they'll have their name at the front of the desk. Behind them will be like a giant picture of them. So basically what Tops made every guest do was sign the nameplate and sign the banner behind them. And they're all done like the top trading cards. The giant trading card basically look like a giant bed sheet. We're going to auction all of these off, and everyone's going to buy them, and they're all ludicrous prices. And hardly any of them got bought. They've now put them on sale on Tops.com as a bog standard price, and most of them are still on sale. The cheapest one's like $100. Some of these guys' autographs are like $40, and they're, oh, do you want to buy his nameplate for $100 instead? Why? Just it's $100. But why? That's the question.
Because Topps.
That is the end. Like it doesn't make sense. Like do it at £0 and do it like a charity or something like that. It's really cool. I know there's some guy on Twitter. He bought the Julian Glover one. He runs an account called oh God, what's his name in Star Wars? Veers Watch. He bought it and he's actually converted it into a bed sheet, which looks incredible. I thoroughly recommend finding that photo. But yeah, I don't know why. It's quite funny that it's so badly failed the auction that they're just on a bog standard sale, and they'll probably end up on like the what's it called, the Black Friday sale probably soon.
Yeah.
Although considering it is Topps, should we move on to the next bit, which is kind of again the next ludicrous bit of news from Topps, which is why a lot of the Star Wars cast members are refusing to sign with them now.
Yeah, Billy Lord has done her first private signing. For like as in Topps, first like branded signing, I guess is fair to say it. And on Topps.com, she's $150 on everything, cheapest price. Billy Lord's great. She looks like Carrie Fisher. She's in Star Wars. She's Carrie Fisher's daughter. I'm trying not to just keep saying that. I haven't seen Booksmart. That's why I was trying to lean towards Dave. But she's an up and coming actress. She's been in American Horror Story. $150. Who was essentially an extra in Force Awakens, given dialogue in 8, and hopefully has a bigger role in 9. $150.
No, that's just ludicrous.
I mean,
absolutely ludicrous. I mean, I got Hamlet at 125.
Donald Gleason was 200.
Yeah,
Rose
Hamlet in 2016 was 135. I mean, that's ridiculous.
And that's the thing. And what I've got to top now, their convention prices are about $50 cheaper than their online prices. And so I'm just I think, well, if they bring them in next year, will she be $100 at the celebration if she does sign? It's annoying though because they've got names I need. She's one of the 5 I need on my episode 7 poster. But fair play to. I didn't really think Billy Lord's someone that would. I'm not saying just do signings, but I'm guessing that there's a reason Topps seem to have a very firm grip on the entirety of the Disney era cast. I guess is a fair way to say it.
Yeah. And really, as you did mention, just Booksmart, if you do get a chance to see that movie, it is superb. And Billy Lord steals every scene she's in. She's absolutely excellent in the movie. So I'd recommend going to see that. And to be honest, I would absolutely adore to meet Billy Lord. But you're right, for $150 for someone who hasn't been in Star Wars that much is a steep price to pay.
I think it's because I think she'll do maybe conventions down the line. I think she'll be a lot cheaper. Celebration, 100 quid, maybe like 50 quid.
Do you think it's because of the name and the relation?
Unfortunately so.
Yes, definitely.
I think they've got a good. I think because she got a couple more lines in 8, which is back in 9. But I definitely think with the name they've added $50 at least on that.
Yeah.
It's quite sad, but at the same time, for it, you kind of got to think in a situation that it's probably easier for us to do private signings than public. I'm hoping that all these photos, I really hope, obviously I've not checked them all out, but I hope Topps would sit down and be like, here's like 200 pictures of you with your mom in episode 7. Sign all these. I hope that's not the case. It probably isn't the case. But Topps is a company where nothing surprises me. So I'd be very curious. But that's the thing, like with like promoting, she's done a very good job. Like when she did that speech at Celebration 2017, you don't see much of her in the limelight, and I think it's because at every opportunity, I'd imagine the mainstream media would just keep asking her, what would Carrie think? What would Carrie think? What would Carrie think? And that would be tough. She's a kid. Like I think she's like a year or two older than me. You know, she's still very young, and she's lost not just her mum but her nan as well, who's just close to both of them.
In the space of like 3 days.
Exactly, and like that's something I couldn't imagine that scenario. Then she's obviously gone through that, and she had to put on a brave face. She had to film a new Star Wars film with like her mum in scenes, who's not there. Like I could not imagine what that's like on set. But it's kind of nice to see her like doing signings because she is someone, you know, everyone in Star Wars signs eventually.
Yeah,
Harrison Ford's signing these days. So I think it was a marathon. I think Topps have kind of been like, we've got Ewan, we've got Hayden, they're trying to tie up everyone they can into these Topps contracts now. They got Alden to leave his other commitments to be a Topps autograph. The one person who they can't get, it seems to be, well, sorry, they're not the one. They seem to be nowhere near Liam Neeson, who apparently refuses all things Star Wars. I know I'm going off a bit tangent here. But they're not doing well with Solo. I don't think you're going to get Donald Glover signing up to do an autograph anytime soon. Don't think Woody Harrelson's in the process of wanting to do autographs anytime soon. And Emilia Clarke definitely will not be committed to a Star Wars only autograph business when she's famous for Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Who started doing conventions now. $200 for her at a Comic-Con she went to last month. Don't agree with the prices, but for her it's understandable. She's the lead actress in 8 seasons of the biggest show in history.
Yeah.
And the lead actress in a Star Wars film.
Absolutely.
But no, that's autograph mini rant, but discussion over, is it? Yes, it is.
It's tradition here on Wonders of the Force of Star Wars podcast. If there's an autograph price, and if it's even the tiniest bit ludicrous, we rant. That's just the way it is.
Felicity Jones hasn't signed since we ranted, guys.
She heard.
$250. Never forget.
No, never forget. Oh,
That's the next T-shirt, guys.
T-shirt ideas: Wonders of the Force autograph rant. $250? Are you kidding me? We'll make something. We'll put something out there. For now, though, next bit of news. We talked about this. George, you brought up actually during our live stream for our commentary of episode 1, which we did a few weeks ago, which is the Peter Mayhew memorial coin, which was during that. I'll let you kind of.
Obviously, Peter Mayhew passed away last month, and his family's kind of been running his Twitter account and social media, in respect of him and stuff. They announced on his birthday that they're introducing a very limited edition Peter Mayhew memorial coin. So one side of the coin's face is an art obviously etched in picture of Peter. The other side was his autograph, which was on the other side of the coin, and they had 5,000 of them made, and they put them all on sale when we did the episode 1 live stream, and they literally sold out within I think 3 days in the end.
Yeah. And
they had a spare 800, which they then put back on sale because they wanted to take them to conventions, but there was so much demand they wanted to put them back on the market. Now, for those that don't know, this is all for charity. It goes to the Peter Mayhew Foundation. It's not like a family just making money off it. This has been his charity for 13 years. It's a really good thing. I think it was $20 for a coin, and then if you bought 5 of them, you'd get a special silver one. So those people buying 5, as long as they don't sell the other, the spare 4 or 3, whatever, at ludicrous prices online, I think it's fair. But it's quite touching as well. I think for someone that's so renowned in the Star Wars community, especially autograph wise, to have that coin, I managed to get one in order. Is something I'm looking forward to getting in July.
I got one as well. Dave, did you manage to pick one up?
I didn't get one, unfortunately. No. By the time I'd actually got around to sorting that out, it was already sold out. But that's okay. I have other stuff.
There are all numbers. What we did forget to mention there on the back, you do actually have your individual number for your coin as well. I am unfortunate at the mind that I think the people that go for the silver will sell the other 4. I just unfortunately think that will be the case.
Oh yeah, there will be some people out there, which is it's not going to be nice, but it does unfortunately happen. Now, next up, we've got some D23 news, and I'm sure D23 is coming in August. We're 2 months away. This is going to, I think, be the next big bit of Star Wars news potentially. Not this news piece, but D23 will be the next big Star Wars event, I'm thinking. James Earl Jones and Jon Favreau are both going to be honoured as Disney legends at the ceremony. Now, there I was thinking, oh, thank God, they're just praising Darth Vader and the guy that created the Mandalorian. Then I realised, oh no, it's because the Lion King's coming out.
Yeah.
It took me a couple of minutes for it to click in my head. I was like, it's a bit early for Jon Favreau to get that. Well, I know he basically created the MCU, created the Mandalorian TV series, was pre-Vizsla. Why now? And I was like, oh, Lion King. James Earl Jones, oh, Lion King. But no, there's going to be there.
It's a very obvious tie-in.
I'm excited for Lion King. I can't wait to see James Earl Jones again. It looks so good.
It does.
No, it does not.
I'm sorry.
So
Wouldn't I just hearing him again, Rogue One, just hearing him talk, even though it sounded slightly different to the original Vader. Obviously, he has got older.
Yeah,
that's hearing his
just rehashing.
His presence on camera, I cannot.
Yes, but this is just rehashing. It's just unnecessary.
It's not unnecessary, man. As a
I
kid,
changed my actor to that as well. I mean, it's like, no, why would you do that?
no, it's just he's going to be great. He's going to be the best thing about the film. I love that he's the only cast member brought back for the Lion King. I know this isn't a Lion King podcast, but
let's do a Lion King podcast.
we've got Lando Calrissian, and his dad is Darth Vader. Let that sink in.
So cool.
No.
That's so cool. I can't wait to see it either. It's gonna be really cool. I'm really looking forward to it. I do love the original Lion King, but
yeah.
We'll move on before Phil shouts at us about
yeah,
that.
Phil's going to come for us. He's going to turn this like a lion himself. The Star Wars
beautiful mane.
The Star Wars Celebration merchandise has gone on sale to people that attended Star Wars Celebration. So, if you were fortunate enough to miss out at home and not be able to attend Star Wars Celebration, guess what? You're still not allowed the merchandise. That's the only thing I got from this entire thing. It's gone on sale to everybody that went. Everybody that went eventually got into the store to buy what they wanted. The only things people could buy they couldn't get hold of was the Posey shoes, was the Hawaiian shirt, was the Darth Maul jacket. Guess what, guys? Those three aren't on sale still. Posey apparently going on posey.co.uk. They said they're going to ship in May, but they've now said June, so God knows what's happening there. But if you attended Celebration, they're sending you an email, and that gives you that access to the site. You can buy everything. It's the same price as at Star Wars Celebration. Blah blah blah. Shipping's like $30 outside America.
Is that flat rate though?
It's a flat rate. So one of my friends lives in Australia. He got the same charge. He wanted to buy a couple of shirts, and as soon as it was in the trolley, import $30, binned it. I looked at something, binned it. Not worth it. Not paying $60 for a t-shirt.
Yeah, I mean, I have that issue because as you guys know, I'm an American football fan, and whenever I want to buy anything for the Patriots, it's $35 flat rate shipping. So if I want to buy an $8 keyring, it costs me $43 for that keyring. I'm like, I can't. When it comes to a jersey that's $165, something like that, then you go, okay, $30 is fine, but damn, it's just ridiculous.
There's nothing of value on there. Like, it's all the normal t-shirts. It's not like the mega like exclusive stuff. It's not like the individual exclusives, like specific retailers and whatnot. It's just Reed Pop's merchandise. And the stuff is annoying. They said sold out to us at Celebration. So like some of the, obviously the Mandalorian top was gone. Couldn't get it when I went back into the store. That's now online. Like, why is that online for? Don't tell me it's sold out there.
Yeah.
You've gone home and printed a couple of thousand more. But they can't get the Maul jacket. They can't get the Hawaiian shirt. They couldn't get the Posies.
You got 2 out of 3. Fine.
I sacrificed a lot that day to get into that queue. I waited an hour, and in that hour was every single episode 9 interview on the Star Wars show stage.
Yeah.
Which I now know, if I'd have gone on Facebook, I would have seen everybody meeting. I would have run out of that queue in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
Forget the jacket and the shirt. I could have bloody met John Boyega and Oscar Isaac and have almost completed my poster. Anyway, I'll get them at the premiere. Yeah, it's just one of them things where like it just seems like typical Reed Pop. Like, we've already milked you for some more. They sent you like a month. Like, shouldn't they have known this like the week after Celebration? Hey, we've got some leftovers. Like, here you go. You're still bankrupt from coming to Celebration. Do you want to spend some more money? And they haven't even announced the next Star Wars Celebration date.
No, it seems that they're gonna bring that eventually. And I wonder if D23 somewhere we might find that out about.
Hitting in the wallet because they can. I don't like Reed Pop as a show right now.
There's rumours they're losing the rights to Celebration. Have you guys heard that?
I had seen that on Twitter. Someone had posted, I can't remember who, but I did see that on Twitter that they may be losing the license for that.
I would be very intrigued. I mean, it's not confirmed, but they haven't also confirmed details of the next Celebration, so it will be very interesting if there's an announcement.
Would someone like Showmasters get it, or you reckon Disney would do their own?
I think Disney. Do Reed Pop do D23? I think Disney do.
Disney do their own, don't they? For that, I think it's all them.
When Reed Pop did London, they just went out and hired Showmasters to go get all the autographs.
Yeah,
but then like if Disney now paired up with Tops, all Disney have to say to Tops is, "Here's your autograph section. Go fill in the guests."
Yeah.
If anything, I don't think Reed Pop need to do as much as they used to. I think in the modern convention era, so many contracts are signed everywhere. There's probably not as much for the actual. I mean, obviously they need to organize it still, but there's probably not as much organization as there might have been 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Like, you know, Funko are going to be there. Funko aren't going to report to ReedPop. They're going to bloody report to Disney.
Yeah, absolutely direct. Yeah.
So it's very interesting to see if that does persist, and also what it means for the prices of the event, because it was a very steep price last year. This year, I'm dawdling. But no, and that is the main news.
Yeah, we covered for
a
everything.
short chat this evening, like you'd like to go through.
Do you want to take Star Wars, Phil?
Yeah, so next week we do have Alphabet Squadron coming out this Thursday. Over the week, I don't know all the cast members themselves, they've been releasing little snippets on each one of the pilots. The blurb actually looks very interesting. It does look a very good book. Ties in with you have TIE Fighter as well, the comic that's just started coming out as well. That ties in with that. So in Alphabet Spaghetti Squadron, I'm looking forward to reading. It should actually be quite a good book. TIE Fighter against is quite a good comic. If you haven't read Imperial Cadet, that's kind of along the same lines. I recommend that. It's cracking. Thanks for over here. And yeah, that's about it for Star Wars. There's not a huge amount of characters. I've got more, I think, for the next couple of weeks because I've got the confirmation of the last of the Age of Rebellion comics. We've had Age of Rebellion, Age of Republic, Rage of Resistance should hopefully start getting out in the next few weeks. So I'll have more news feed that on that. Then, in terms of the books, we had our big announcement not that long ago for the Journey to the Rise of Skywalker series. So again, kind of ramping up for that. Thrawn, there's the next book I think coming out after Spaghetti Squadron. I think that's about it.
Yeah, there's really not a lot happening in the world of novellas in Star Wars at the moment. As I say, we are ramping up to the journey into the Rise of Skywalker, so I'm sure we'll get a load more announcements coming out soon. Those books are going to start ramping out towards the November, December time.
Indeed. Of course, so we've got our last bit of news this evening, which is games to talk about EA Play. I haven't looked too much into this, so George, if you want to take us away on that one.
Yeah, so E3's next week, which is the big San Diego Comic-Con of gaming for the year. And the last couple of years, EA's just kind of stuck a middle finger up, a bit like a Disney with D23, but like, yeah, we're not going to E3 anymore. We're just going to do our own event the week before, so we already have the headlines.
Yeah.
It's not a way of doing it. I actually think it's a lot easier. They've confirmed, first of all, that there's going to be no Battlefront 2 EA Play. They said we're skipping this one, guys. Ben Rock, the community manager, said that on Twitter. He goes, on Friday, the 7th of June, we're going to have a big announcement for Battlefront 2, which is like the community calendar, they call it, when they basically do like a couple of months worth of, I'm guessing they're going to say, this is what we're going to do over the next 3 months. When they say it's big and we're all going to be excited, I really hope they're not like taking the mic. Capital Supremacy's not really been that good. You're recycling the same maps.
Yep.
Gonna moan. Battlefront 2 is the best it's ever been. They're doing a lot still. They're still refining gameplay. They're still putting money into the game. But the rumors are now that they're saying that they've got more people playing the game now than at launch, which is remarkable for a game that's been almost 2 years. I really hope that this statement on Friday is like, either we've got some new characters coming, we've got some stuff coming, we've got some new but I hope it's not just, here's 3 new maps.
Yeah.
I hope it's we're going out, we're going to do some things. I mean, they said they're not doing EA Play. EA Play is very limited. I think it's only on one day, and I think only like 5 or 6 games get featured. So they're doing like, we'll get to it in a moment, Jedi Fallen Order, like FIFA, Madden, Battlefield, and like something else. They don't even cover like NHL stuff like that. So, but they have said that EA Play is going to be headlined by Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. There's going to be a panel this Saturday, GMT British time, 4:30 p.m. in the afternoon, 9:30 a.m. Pacific time. They've also said that they're going to be showing the first bit of gameplay footage, because obviously it's Celebration was just the trailer. They were more talking and hyping it, so we're going to get some more details this weekend, which is very exciting.
I'm really looking forward to seeing the actual gameplay of Jedi Fallen Order, because you can take so much from the trailers that they put out. They're always going to be good trailers, but to actually see the game running is something different.
Yeah. I think it's going to be one of the best games of the year. I think if they get it right, it'll help get a few of the fans that they lost over the controversy that was Battlefront 2.
it'd be embarrassing for them if the game launched and more people were playing Battlefront 2. Like,
Yeah.
we know they can't make this. I really hope it's not. I would have loved like a Battlefront 3 is coming announcement. But you know what? Battlefront 2, there's so much life in it still. The big update they've done to like lightsaber battles and lightsaber dueling is actually so good.
Yeah.
To restructure an entire mode that clinical of lightsaber dueling and be like, yeah, we're just going to do it now. We're not going to wait 2 years to do it. Fair play to them. Like they know they've got the fans back on their side, but I also think now they know that there's no third lifetime. They've brought people back to Battlefront 2, and I think they know they can't afford to lose any more fans. So
Yeah, no, they can't stop again.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm more intrigued for this Friday. What? More intrigued for the Friday announcement than I am for Saturday's Fallen Order gameplay, because I'm gonna buy Fallen Order no matter what people say, no matter how bad it looks. I'm gonna buy it, I'm gonna play it, I'm gonna complete it. Battlefront 2 has been the main thing I've been playing the last couple of months.
Indeed. Now, that's the end of the show and the news things for Cantina Talk. Kind of want to put it out there for this week's show. We announced earlier in the show we're going to be doing a lot more content. We'll be talking between the three of us. We're putting up this videos and other bits and pieces. What I want to know from you guys out there is, what do you want to see? What do you want us to talk about? What do you want us to do? Any ideas? Any subject matters? If you want us to list games, or if you want to talk us to about in-depth reviews on books, whatever it is, ideas you've got, let us know. I think because the three of us here, we love the show. We love doing what we do, and the show every other week is great. But the three of us are going, you know what, we want to do more. So yeah, please leave us a comment down below. Please leave us something on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter, and let us know.
Please don't let that comment be stop doing podcasts, because that would just upset us. So, because I don't want to give up the shit ever. So yeah, just it is right. So we would love to hear other people's ideas. And you know what? It might be the case that if someone has a really great idea, that maybe we could pull somebody on the actual show who could then be part of it as well. Because it'd be really nice to get some of you guys to be part of this as well. If it's something that you specifically have a passion over in the Star Wars genre, then hopefully we might get a couple of you guys on who can actually join us, talk about it. Like if Phil was going to do something just on the comics, to get somebody else on who was really into that as well and be able to talk that full canon as well. I think really interesting to get some of you guys to join us.
Definitely. Like I said, any idea is good. We want to keep doing more. We've got a lot of things coming up. We're excited to share what we can when we've got it sort of like processed and what we know we're going to do. But any feedback that can help us would be great. Like I said, this is going to be a big year for Star Wars, and we want to kind of maximize what we can do because it's exciting times.
It is indeed. It is indeed.
It is. So, anything else, final gentlemen, before we close the show out?
I believe that is everything.
Yeah, just again a big thank you for those who are watching, who've been taking on the channel, watching the audio, watching the video. It's been great that we've had such a good impact. That the episode 1 commentary had quite on audio terms. We've had most listens on that we've had for a lot of our episodes, and then the last couple of episodes as well have picked up as well. So really just a big thank you to everyone who's actually joining us and being part of this show.
Indeed. So, as per usual, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. You can find us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at One of the Force of Star Wars Podcast or at The Force Podcast. You can find this video later on here on YouTube, or you can listen to us back on iTunes, Spotify, Podbean, and Stitcher. You can check out our new TeePublic store down below in our link here. We'll put it on our Facebook and Twitter and Instagram as well. We've been Ones of the Force. May the Force be with you. Good night.